Welcome to EchoSpeak English. Ever feel like that perfect English word is right on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't grab it? Well, having the right words in your toolkit is everything. Today, we're going to break down exactly how you can build a really strong vocabulary, starting right now.
So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with why words are so important. Then we'll get into which words you should learn first and how to make them stick. We'll also look at a few common mistakes so you can avoid them. And we'll wrap it all up with a little exercise you can do today.
Okay, so first things first. Why do we care so much about vocabulary? Well, it's simple. More than grammar, more than anything else, the words you know are the key to expressing yourself. Your thoughts, your feelings, your big ideas. They're the absolute foundation of communication.
I love this analogy. Think about it like this. Grammar gives you the rules, the blueprint for building a house. But vocabulary, that's the actual bricks. You can have the most perfect plan in the world, but if you don't have any bricks, well, you can't build a thing, can you? It's exactly the same with English. So if words are the bricks, where on earth do you start looking for them? I mean, the English language has over 1 million words. That's a lot. It's enough to make anyone feel overwhelmed. But here's the secret. You don't have to learn them all. The trick is to start with the right ones. And seriously, that should be a huge relief. You do not need to swallow a dictionary whole. No way. Building your vocabulary effectively is all about being smart, about being strategic. It's about quality, not quantity. So, what's the magic number to get you started? 1,000. Yep, that's it. It turns out that the 1,000 most common words in English show up in almost every single conversation you'll have. If you master just these, you'll have this incredibly powerful foundation to both understand people and have them understand you. Now, once you've got that core 1,000 down, you can start getting personal. Think about it. Why are you learning English? Is it for your job, for an upcoming trip, for school, or maybe just for fun, for your hobbies? Focusing on words that are directly related to your life makes learning feel so much more useful and, honestly, way more motivating.
All right, so we know why vocabulary is a huge deal, and we know what words to focus on first. The big question is, how? How do you actually get these new words to stick in your brain and not just disappear a day later? Well, there are 4 simple but really powerful keys to this.
These are your 4 pillars for learning that lasts. First up, flashcards, a simple way to test yourself. Second, context, which means learning words inside real sentences. Third, repetition, because your brain needs to see things more than once. And finally, the most important one, practice. You've got to actually use the words yourself. Let's zoom in on context for a second, because this one is a game changer. Take a word like set. On its own, it's super confusing. It has hundreds of meanings. But look what happens in a sentence. I set the book on the table. Okay, that makes sense. Or, the sun will set soon. Totally different meaning, but it's perfectly clear. See? Learning words in full sentences is just so much more powerful. Next up, repetition. You know, our brains are kind of designed to forget stuff we don't use regularly. It's like a self-cleaning oven. So when you review a new word the next day, and then maybe a few days after that, and then again a week later, you're sending a powerful signal to your brain. You're basically saying, hey, pay attention. This one's important. Move it to long-term storage. Okay, this one is huge. We all want to make progress fast, right? But some of the ways we try to study, well, they actually just slow us down and cause a lot of frustration. So let's talk about a couple of common mistakes so you can learn smarter, not just harder. So on the one hand, you have the common mistake. Trying to memorize a giant list of 50 words the night before a test. We've all done it, and we all know you forget most of them by morning. The smarter way? Focus on just 5 or 10 words in a short session, but do it every single day. And please, don't just read the word in your head. Listen to how it's said and say it out loud. And that gets to a really, really important point. A word you can't pronounce correctly is a word you can't really use. Think about it. If you know the meaning but can't say it in a way people understand, it's pretty much useless in a real conversation. Pronunciation isn't some extra credit skill, it's half the battle.
Okay, enough theory. The absolute best way to learn something is by doing it, so let's get our hands dirty. Let's turn all this talk into action, with a super simple exercise you can do the second this explainer is over.
It's really this simple. Step 1. Find just 10 new words. Not 100, not 50, just 10. Step 2. Make them personal. Write each one in a sentence that's about your life, your day, your family. And step 3, say those sentences out loud. This little exercise combines context, practice, and pronunciation all in one go.
And as you get started, just remember this. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. There are going to be days where you feel like you're not making any progress. Trust me, that's totally normal. The key is to just keep going.
Be patient with yourself and make sure you celebrate those small victories along the way.
And that brings us right to the end. This isn't just a random question. It's your call to action. The journey of 1,000 words, as they say, begins with a single step. Or in our case, it begins with just 10. So what will they be? Go choose them, learn them, and start building your house of English, one brick at a time.